You are into a life transforming experience as Pastor Prince Abah brings you God's Word with deep insights and power. God bless you.
1 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 18. 1 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 18. 1 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 18. The Lord has asked me to speak on a topic: why is the enemy attacking you? Or why is the enemy attacking your destiny? If you know how a thing or why a thing happens, you'll be better equipped and better positioned to handle the situation. For instance, if a person goes to the hospital and is diagnosed of diabetes, and they tell you why you have diabetes, and maybe they cure the sickness, the next thing usually that follows is stay away from this and stay away from that and stay away from that. Do this, do this, do this, so that you don't get diabetes again and all that. That's the same way we operate in the kingdom also. There are forces that comes against people and that attacks people's destiny, and most times because people are not aware or don't have knowledge about these forces, they are not able to tell why those things happen. The things they see in their life, they're not able to tell why they are there. And usually when people do not realize or do not know the cause of the battles they face, they have a wrong attitude towards life and towards those battles. An ignorant man is a finished man. A man who is not aware, or who is not informed, or who does not have revelation, is already a finished man. Satan does not kill people necessarily, or does not waste people by taking physical life from them. It destroys people by taking light from them, by taking revelation from them. The scripture says you shall know the truth, and the truth makes you free. So all through life, a man's biggest journey should be for the transmission of light, for light to enter him, for the acquisition of light. Because when you are well informed, you'll be well equipped to perform. If you're seeing attacks in your life, I want to show you why. Especially if you're born again. If you're not born again, forget it, it's not for you. But if you're a born again person and it looks like there are things coming against your life, there are storms and there are things that come against you periodically, I want to show you why this morning. Because if you don't know why, you will keep falling for the things the devil throws at you, and it will be very, very unfortunate. It will be very, very unfortunate. Let me give you an illustration. If you are aware that inside this box there is gold, and somebody dropped the gold there and said, "It's yours, go and take it." And on your way going to pick the gold, some people start resisting you, start stopping you. What's the natural thing for you to do? The natural thing for you to do is to fight back. What if you're not aware of the gold inside this box, and you are just taking a walk towards that area, and forces begin to fight you, people begin to fight you? What's the natural thing for you to do? To turn back. Every time there is an attack on your life, the presence of that attack is an announcement of your destiny. The natural thing for a man who is not aware that there's gold inside that box to do is to turn back. For a man who is sensitive, when he starts experiencing some kind of attack around him and around his life, the first question he would want to ask is, what is ahead of me that this would want me to get to? So before he engages in the fight, he will now sit down to find out. There must be a reason. There must be a reason why these people are resisting me from heading that direction. So what could be there? Now remember, if that fight did not come up, there's a possibility you would never have even known that there's something there. You could even just pass. But that fight always come up because the devil thinks you are aware. The devil does not suspect you are ignorant until he tries you. This is why when Jesus finished praying for 40 days and 40 nights, the devil came and told him, if you know that you are the Son of God, turn this stone to bread. And Jesus said to him, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone. Second time he asked him again. He took him to a high pinnacle and said, jump, for it is written. This is the devil talking now. He said, I will give my angels charge over you so that you don't dash your body or your feet against the rocks. And Jesus now replied again and said, it is written. You see, all those things that was going on there, Satan was on a mission and on a journey to know if Jesus had insight and had revelation about who he was. He wanted to know if this guy had revelation and had knowledge and had insight into who he is. Because Satan will not assume that you know something or you don't know something until he tests you. It's when he has thrown the test on you that he sits back to watch whether you know. He will not know whether you know or don't know by merely looking at you. He will throw a test and then observe to see if you know something. Now, you will be unfortunate when he finds out you don't know. I don't know if you've ever seen this kind of, let me give you an illustration. I've seen it happen a couple of times. Somebody lost maybe money, or somebody lost, okay, let's use money. Somebody lost money, and then somebody picks it up. He doesn't know who the owner of the money is. Then he walks to a random person around that same vicinity and said, please, are you looking for money? Did you lose any money? If you didn't lose money, you notice something. If you're a sincere person, you will just say, no, I didn't lose any money, and walk away. But let's assume somehow you want to be a little bit funny, and maybe you say, yes, I lost money. Or let's even assume you truly lost the money, and you say, yes, I lost some money. The next question the other person will ask you, to ascertain if it is true that you lost money, he will ask you how much. That is where they will trap you if it's not your money. They will ask you, how much is it you're looking for? Why would they ask that question? To know whether it's truly your money. Now, Satan operates that way also. He has a way of finding out whether you are aware something belongs to you or not. If he finds out, and most of the times he usually finds out, if he finds out that you are not aware of what is yours, the best thing for him to do is to keep what is yours back with him. Usually, how we retrieve things that we lost from Satan is through revelation. The Bible says, if the thief is caught, you don't catch the thief by finding him physically, you catch him by revelation. Satan is caught by revelation. Once Satan sees that you now know You now know your inheritance. You now know about the promises of God and all the packages of God. You now know about them. For instance, maybe you are walking in poverty and he's holding your money, he's holding your wealth, but Satan now discovers that you now know what Jesus did for you, that you are not a poor person again, that you are rich. Once he discovers it, you know what he does? He releases what is yours to you. Hello? I told you a story last Sunday, if I'm correct, the story of a guy who, I just gave an illustration. I think it was an example. I was creating a fiction, and I said, if you have a brother that stays overseas, let's assume every day you go to work, you work maybe at Cars or you work at Palm Site, then every day you go to work, you stand at Prescott Junction, and somebody drives a Mercedes Maybach car and stops on the road and tells you to get in, and he gives you a lift and drops you off at Palm Site. Then in addition, he gives you $100 or $10 and says use and buy lunch. You thank him very well, is that correct? You thank him. Then he keeps doing it. Every day you wake up, he will come to your gate and say, let me give you a lift. He's a nice man to you, and he does that for 1 month, 2 months. You'll be really grateful, eternally grateful. Then after 2 months, your brother in the US now calls you and says, Emeka, how are you? You say, I'm fine, brother. How are you doing? Fine. He said, hi, it's my best friend, Felix. He said, oh, Felix is fine. Bro, Felix has been nice to me. Oh. He said, for the past 2 months, Felix has been coming to the house to pick me up and give me a lift. He takes me to work, and upon that, for the past 2 months, he's been giving me $10. Every day you give me $10 to buy lunch, and I'm so grateful. Kai, bro, your friend is a very nice man. And then your brother in the US now says to you, what are you saying? What are you talking about? You say, which car is he using to carry you to work? He said he bought one very nice 2024 model Mercedes Maybach. He said, for crying out loud, you mean Felix did not give you the car I sent him to give you? And you say he gives you how much every day for 2 months now? $10. $10. How? I gave Felix $1 million to give you. What are you telling me? Wait. I need to call Felix. Wait. Please let me ask you a question. If Felix comes to you the next day and says, John, are you ready? Get in, let me drop you in school. And here's your $10. Just use it, and I love you so much. I just want you to be fine. Anytime you have a problem, just tell me. Are you going to thank him? Are you going to say, oh, you're a nice man? Remember, before revelation, he was nice to you. But when revelation finally dawned on you, you became something else. You became... if you have a way of cutting his head, you will do that. You will demand for your car. You will demand for your $1 million. So before the revelation came, Felix was doing you a favor. When revelation now came, Felix is a wicked man. So I want you to understand that in the realm of the spirit, Satan is very smart. Not so many people in this world can play the game he plays. It's like chess. If you don't know how to play chess and they put chess in front of you, you'll just be looking, you'll just be moping. You don't understand what they are playing. It's like what? There's a game they call what? That card they call what? If you don't know how to play, they put a game in front of you. It's like gambling. If you don't know how to play gambling, they'll tell you put 10,000 to get 1 million. You'll be putting your 10,000 and they will be playing you wayo because you don't know the format of the game. There is somebody who is always playing a game on your destiny. is called the adversary. As long as you're in this world, you are here with him. Revelations chapter 12, if I'm correct, the Bible says that the angel in heaven, Archangel Michael, and the other angels in heaven defeated the devil, and when they had cast him down to the earth, they sang a new song, and they said, now power, strength, might, and all that has returned to our King. He said, for the accuser of the brethren, which accused them day and night, has been cast down to the earth. This is the next thing the man said. He said, woe to the inhabitants of the earth. He said, for your adversary has come to you with great wrath. So let me say this to you. If you don't want to play the game, you should not be alive. Because as long as you are alive, you are playing a game. Whether you know how to play the game or not, you are playing a game. Now I want you to imagine yourself sitting down on the chair, and there's a table in front of you, and there's a game set on the table. Then imagine the next person who is sitting facing you as the devil. That's how life is. It's a bitter truth you must accept. It's a bitter truth. It's been the situation from the day God created Adam till now. It's a bitter truth. If Satan confronted God who created him, is he you? Any preacher who is telling you anything other than what you're hearing now, tell him, okay, you're lying. God who created Satan, the same Satan confronted him, Lucifer. He opposed him, he confronted God in heaven. They fought him down. Then now he's on the earth. Who do you think he'll be confronting? Do you know he's still confronting God till tomorrow? Are you aware that Satan is a forever enemy of God? He's not changing his mind anytime soon. Forever he's the enemy of God. He's the enemy of Jesus forever. Even Jesus on earth confronted him. You will even see your Bible, if you read it well, most of the men you talk about were confronted by this same adversary called Satan. So what I want to show you now is why, because you need to know the why. You may have wondered, but I'm a Christian, I serve God, I do this, I want to love God, I want to serve God, and you find out that the more you try to serve him, things are not working the way you expect them to work. I want to show you why. Then I want to show you what you must do to play that game well. There's something you must do to play. It's a game you're playing. You must know how to win this game. It's a game. And most of the times it's a game of the mind. Someone said, oh, Job was a righteous man, he was a good man, he feared the Lord, he eschewed evil. How could he still be attacked by Satan? And I said, didn't you hear what you said? He was a righteous man, that's why they attacked him. The Bible says a righteous man will fall 7 times. So righteous men also fall. Righteous man will fall 7 times. 7 times we also rise. The issue is not that you fell. The issue is not that you are attacked. The issue is what you do with the attack. And the issue is what you do with the fall. Some of us have mastered how to sail the boat. We are trying to help some of you come to that level. Some of us have mastered how to be stable in any condition. Some of us have mastered how to walk with God, whether there's fire, whether there's water. You see, the Bible says, when you walk through the fire, I'll be there. When you go through the waters, I'll be there. It will not swallow you. Some of us have mastered how nothing in this world can sway us away from God. Nothing. Some of us have mastered it, like Job mastered that thing. Kai, my God. He If you attain that level in your Christian walk, you are dangerous. 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 You see people who ask God questions like, God, why me? If you are faithful, if you are in heaven, why will you allow this to happen? Baby Christians. Babies. And those are the ones the devil likes to play game with, because they will never be stable. Babies. The devil likes them. He will throw one small thing. Watch your reaction. He will go and announce to his fellow colleagues in hell. I say, we have found another person who doesn't have foundation. Let's use the person and play ball. You know what ball? Football. Have you seen football? Football is the most unstable thing in a pitch. You play it here now. He's going. Another person play it here. He's play. That's the devil uses people to play that game. Football. He's a soccer man. He can play soccer. When you finally arrive that stage in your life where you are unmovable, where you are unshakable, where nothing deters you, you have become too dangerous. Too dangerous. Too dangerous. You know, we read Job sometimes in the Bible. When we finish reading him, I remember when I was attacked. When I was attacked by gunmen, and they took all the things they took, money, everything. That same morning, I planned to leave the state where I was and start coming back here to meet up with service. That same day that thing happened, I took off. They took everything. Do you know, if they are taking the mobility I was with, if they are taking it, I would enter the next bus and start coming back. If Satan ever has a clue that anything can move you, he will play you for life. See, while you are coming out of this thing, he will be setting the next game. If Satan ever has a clue that things can easily touch you, things can easily affect you, you have given him access to your life forever. You will never recover. Have you noticed that there are people who will never be stable no matter what happened? This one happened, it breaks them down. When it looks like they are now recovering from that thing, another thing happens, it gets them down again. Then after 3 months they are recovering from that situation, another thing now comes to attack. You are wondering, why am I moving from attack to attack? It's because Satan knows that once he gets you, he has gotten you. He knows how to play that game, and he knows you don't know the game, so he will keep playing it on you. What Job? Once was he attacked. After that attack, Satan never came back again. Watch now. Watch Jesus. When the devil appeared to Jesus in the wilderness, there were 3 tests he put forward to him. 3 tests. Turn this stone to bread was number 1. Jump from the pinnacle was number 2. Then number 3, he said, bow down and do what? Worship me. And Jesus told him, it is written, man, you shall not worship any other God except the one in heaven. He now told him, be gone from me. The Bible says, and the devil did what? Left him alone. That's how the Bible documents. The devil left him alone. Left him alone. He just left him and walked away. Because at that point, Jesus had proven to him, there's nothing you do that shakes me. Job finally learned his lesson. Do you know what the Bible says? Job said, at last, what I feared has happened to me. But anyway, what he learned from that was that there's nothing to fear again. After all, that thing I'm afraid of has finally happened, so there's nothing again to be afraid of. When Job came to that level, he became a dangerous man. he became highly dangerous. Satan is a game guy. The guy likes to play game. Once he sees that you are very vulnerable, he stays there. If you've ever seen a person, maybe in school, like primary school those days, they are always bullying you as a primary school student, because maybe you are slim, you don't have power, so the teacher comes, or a student's senior comes, or a colleague, a classmate comes, bullies. Notice something. When they notice you are scared, that every time they bully you, you are scared, they push you, you are scared, your fear will not stop the attack. They usually deepen it. It keeps going from one level to another. They will never stop. There's something about the devil. Your fear does not discourage him, it encourages him. Anytime he sees your face and looks at how you respond to your problem, your challenges, or whatever is happening, the thing gives him courage to continue. The guy has no mercy. He lacks mercy. So there's no way you pitify your face. There's no way you pitify your face. There's no way you pitify your situation and your countenance that makes him leave you. In fact, it gives him joy and fulfillment to see him or to see you respond to stimuli. When he touches you, you respond. It gives him joy. Oh my God. Life is a game, and only those who knows the game of life can play it well. Life is a game, and only those who know the game of life can play it well. There are things the devil is good at doing that you must learn. When you learn them and know them, when he throws them at you, you know this thing he's trying to do is to distract me. You will not pay attention. Once he sees he can get your attention, he likes to get attention. He's an attention seeker. He sees he can get your attention, he will keep doing it. If it's in the area of your health, he will keep touching it. If it's the area of your finances, he will keep touching. Once he sees he can get your attention, if it's your family, your father, your mother, anything, he will keep touching that area, because he knows if he touches you there, you always give him the response he wants. The response Job gave the devil when they announced all the fatal event that happened in his life, all the response the devil was expected to get, Job gave him opposite. Instead of crying and wailing and shouting and rolling on the floor, hey, I'm dead though, I'm finished though, the Bible said Job fell to the floor and worshipped God. Those kind of things humiliate the devil. He humiliates him. He tried. One time he used the wife and said, curse this God and die. He has abandoned you. And Job told him, shut up. God had been faithful to us. We enjoyed good things of life. You were enjoying your life when everything was working. Now that we are having the temporal hardship, your mouth is now speaking this kind of a thing. The devil must have been somewhere wondering. Any day you rise up to your traitor, that's the day the threat ends. You're not hearing what I'm saying? Any day the person bullying you in school, the day you can rise up to him and say you can't try it again, watch, is the last day the guy crosses your path. There was one time it happened, I've said that story. One guy came here, did something, I tolerated it. Second time, what he did gave him impetus. I don't think you're hearing me. He gave him impetus. He tried that thing again. This time I replied him. When I replied him, that day till today, he has never crossed. The Bible says he pleased Herod. When Herod saw that beheading James gave the Jews joy, they were happy that James had been beheaded. You know what he did? He came and laid hold on Peter. The reason the devil went for Peter was because he saw people were happy that James' head had been taken off. So the thing gave him pleasure. He came for your mother and he gave him pleasure. Then he had to come for your father. And when he came for your father, he saw it gave him pleasure. He watched your reaction. Then he now came for your own siblings. You must know how to respond in opposite direction. If not, you become the devil's playing ground. He will come around you because you give him pleasure, too much pleasure. You give him too much pleasure. Your complaint is giving him joy. Your murmuring and bitterness and your anxiety is giving him too much joy. The man is happy. But you know what the disciples did this time? When they found out that, oh wait, they have taken one. If we don't engage this guy, he will take Peter. And if he takes Peter, he will come for another of us and he will take. There's a way Satan behaves, you need to master it. He will allow you do your gym. Be doing and be going. He'll be watching you. Then he will just come and touch one area. Then he will watch you cry. Say, hi, this person gives me pleasure. Or see how she's crying. Then he will come again and touch. You will cry. Say, cry. We like the sound of these tears. You will frown. You say, kai, when this girl frowns her face, man, the thing gives me joy. Hello, somebody. Let me give you one mystery. How do you feel when you see the children of the man who ejected you from his house? Looking for house to live in. You were a tenant. Listen, you were a tenant. And the landlord came and ejected you. You had paid house rent, but he forcefully ejected you from the house, threw your properties, discarded everything, threw you away. And then after 5 years, somehow, maybe you now have a house of your own, built your house only for the children of the landlord to come to your compound looking for where to live. How will you feel? How will you feel? You won't feel sympathy. Especially if the day they were ejecting, the children were there saying, park, go, park, be going. Park, go, park. Then they now give you one song, say, pack your load and go. Pack your load and go in Jesus' name. Let me ask you, how will you feel? They are now looking for a house and they didn't know the house they are coming to get a room or get an apartment is you who owns it, and they bump into you. How will you feel? You will sing a new song. You will sing a new song. Am I correct? Am I correct? Do you know there's a landlord called God that ejected Satan legitimately? And for ejecting Satan from heaven, Satan hates everything that has the emblem of heaven on their life. Satan hates. He sees you and you remind him of God. You don't understand what I'm saying? Every time the devil looks at you, the first thing that runs to his mind is God. It reminds him of what God did to him in heaven. It reminds him that he used to be in heaven with God before, and now his place is hell. Then he now wonders, is it you that will go to heaven? Is it you that want to go to heaven? He's not going to drag you to hell by holding your hand and dragging you forcefully. He will drag you to hell by doing everything to drag you out of God. That game he's playing in your life, the ultimate goal is to get you to go out of God. The ultimate goal is to send you packing from God. Once he achieves that, that's what he's looking for. What did Job do to the devil? That's a very sincere question. What did he even do to him? What did he do? What did Job do? Did Job look for Satan's trouble? You don't need to find the devil's trouble. I want to show you this morning why you are having those attacks. Because I feel in my spirit is a question some of you are asking. If I love God this much, and if God says he loves me, why am I still under the enemy's attack? Why? Then he's showing you why. I will now show you what you must do all day long to keep his onslaughts, to keep his attacks very far from you. Whether he will come looking for you or not is sacrosanct. He will come, but it's for you to now know how to play the game. Life is a game, and only those who know how to play the game of life will succeed. And you're not playing the game with a fellow man, you're playing the game with spirits. You're playing the game with invisible forces. Watch now. Watch. The natural thing for Job to do, which is the same natural thing for anyone here to do, natural thing for anybody who is a human being to do, is the moment you heard that all of these things had befallen your children, that all the wealth you have had been taken away in a twinkling of an eye, the natural thing for you to do is to lift up your voice and shout, God, where are you? Are you still God? Then watch. When Satan sees that reaction, he say, Then he will go and select some of your friends, some friends that are Satan's children. You are not talking with them, you are not having any, you don't have any relationship with them. You have been doing your church thing, they've been doing their worldly thing. You go and tell them it's now time to go and do evangelism and discipleship on that brother, on that sister. Those your old friends, that's where one of them will just come with one fine car, the girl will just come with one fine car, and that day you'll be standing on the road trying to go to church with questions in your heart. Part of you is dragging in between, should I go, should I not go, should I go, should I not go? Then the devil knows timing very well. He will just drive here and stop, and the guy will wind down. I say, Nkechi, long time. He will say, is this you? Is this your car? He say, my sister is my car. He said, what are you doing on the road? He said, I'm going to church. He said, you and this church thing. Nkechi, you and this church thing. You're not even looking fine. He said, my sister, you understand, it's just I don't know. He said, come hop in. You know, I'm actually going for a party. I'm going for a party. There's this senator who invited me. Yeah, Nkechi, senator. Yeah, you roll with senator. Say, I told you, you can't roll with senator if you are locked up in the church. Hi. Then you enter the car. As you are going, the lady begins to tell you how she successfully built a house for the mother in the village, how she has successfully paid the her siblings' school fees, even sent to abroad. But you who is a faithful sister is struggling to even pay for your own house rental, a Christian lady, and you're wondering, wait, God, are you in heaven? What is going on? This equation no balance. Me who is serving you, nothing to show for it. This girl who is not serving God, she has sent 2 siblings abroad, built house for the father and mother in the village. She's even driving a Benz. Let me tell you, it's the devil playing that game. The goal is to dissuade you from God. The goal is to accuse God before you. The goal is to malign the integrity of God, malign the righteousness of God, and make you believe that God is wicked. That's how the devil operates. The goal is not to make you feel that there's a better alternative than God. Rather, it's not to make you feel that, okay, see, life is better on this other side. That's not the goal. The goal is to use that thing to drag you out of God. And when he's successfully done with that, watch, the result you get at the end of the day will make you wonder how you fell for his trick. I watched one movie, and I will encourage all of you to go and watch that movie. It's an old movie. If you can find it on YouTube, on anywhere, just go and Google it, see if you can find it. I've been looking for the English translation. I found the Akwa Ibom translation or something, because the producer of that movie, a woman, she's from Akwa Ibom, and a pastor also. The name of the movie is The Price. How many of you have seen that movie, The Price? You need to go and watch The Price. RMD with Justice Esiri and I've forgotten this girl's name, but one beautiful young lady. You will see the story of a lady who was very devoted to God, righteous, but the father hated God. The father would have nothing to do with God. So the father is always on the girl's issue. I don't want to see you go to church. Don't have anything to do with church. The lady kept holding on until she reached her breaking point. Because the threat now was, if you go, I disown you. And she doesn't want to be disowned. So she fell for it. The moment she left church, she was on the road one day, and one guy, his name is JT Tom West, but he's late now. JT Tom West acted that character. He was driving and then stopped on the road and spoke very fine English, nice English, Queen's English. And the girl was like, you know how you guys do it, right? And got into the car, and that was the beginning of her ending. Now, she didn't know JT Tom was an armed robber. JT Tom took the girl to the house. Things happened. She took in. And in the course of trying to manage the situation, she ran out of the house, gave birth to a baby somewhere, and then in the course of trying to get back, took the baby and went and dumped it in front of RMD's house, who is a pastor, and framed the man up that it was the man who was responsible for it. Of course, it led to the church sacking RMD. The church excommunicated him for that, but he was not responsible. Then the girl came back to the father's house and acted like everything was fine. Of course, RMD was excommunicated. JT Tom West left the girl. When the girl told him that she was pregnant, JT Tom West abandoned her, and she was shocked. Long story cut short, a lot of things played out in the life of the girl, and somehow she came down with cancer and was admitted in the hospital. It was very chronic, and then she sent for the father. And while she was on the sick bed, she was crying bitterly and telling the father, if you had allowed me to serve God, this wouldn't have happened to me. The father was like, what happened to you? We sent you to the best school now abroad and all that. He said, that is not life. I had life, but you took it away from me. You took that life away from me. He said, let me make a confession you're not aware of. she now opened up and told the father and the mom about the pregnancy stuff and how she framed up a man of God, and now she's dying, she's paying for it, and that please, she wants them to look for that man of God and apologize that they even sacked the man from the ministry because of that singular thing she did. That if they want her soul to rest well, they should please do that for her. And shortly after, she died. Now, if you look at what I've just shared with you, that's the game the devil plays. He knows he cannot get you when you are under God, so he will throw in all the tantrum. He will throw all the, it's like you want to get I'm looking for, what's one thing you can easily get? Is it goat, or you want to get a bird? Let's use bird. Bird just flew into your compound. If you run after it, it will fly out. You're aware, right? So how do you get the bird? Just go and get rice or anything that they like, millets or whatever, and just be dropping it small. The bird will be eating. Open your door, be dropping it until the bird enters inside the house. Once he has entered, no more food for you. Close the door. That's the devil. The devil would bring food your way when he sees you're hungry, but he's not giving you food because he cares for your soul. He's giving you food because he knows what your soul is after, or what your hunger is tied to. Is the fastest way he can lure you out of God. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it for you to understand. He always takes advantage of what you crave. Listen, for instance, if he knows you are so attached to money, for instance, money is one thing you can never do without. Like, you're always after money. Every small opportunity you have, money. Every small opportunity you have, money. If he sees that you are that kind of a fellow, do you know what he does? He will do everything possible to set traps in the area of money. You are materialistic. He knows it. He knows that once you touch this person in the area of money, this person is ready to abandon God and abandon everything else just to get that money. He will go there and touch you. Then if he tries you in the area of money, he didn't get you, he will think of something else. Okay, let me try hunger now, food. Like he used food on Jesus. He used food on Adam and Eve. He would try everything, and the purpose is to get you out, not because he wants to feed you. I thought he was trying to feed Adam and Eve. How come after feeding them he drove them out of the garden? I thought that Delilah was trying to practice her career as a barber. She was a first class barber. She knows how to barb and carve people's hair very well. And Samson went to salon and said, give me clean cut. I thought it was a clean cut they were giving the guy. How come the thing finally ended in the camp of the Philistines? How come the guy finally grinded for them? How come they took his eyes? Is it not just hair they said they want to barb? How come he now died with the Philistine? There are some things that will happen in your life when you study them carefully. You know that, see, Satan is trying to set me up. It's a trap. There was one year in my life, that was COVID-19 year. I needed money so badly to do some things, and there's no time I of course, ministry and money are two related things. This time I needed funds. I needed in a lot of zeros. One guy who I talked to it, and I said, is there a way you can do this, pull these strings for me? He said, Pastor, let's see. So in my heart I felt, oh wow, let's see, good things will come out. That period of the year, I didn't have a house where I was. So I was staying in a hotel with my wife that period for some time. Because from the place I lived at the time, the landlord had stroke, and then they brought him back from Imo State, and there was no apartment. So the children came and appealed to me to please release my apartment to him and look for another place. I said, fine. You know, now sometimes because you're a pastor, temptation, they will come, let's go and meet pastor because it's pastor. You will agree. They make a mistake and refuse. They will say, I thought you said you're a pastor. Then sometimes he will set up some annoying things around you and be waiting for you to respond. Once you respond, you will hear me say, I thought you said you're a pastor. Pastor, they talk like this, set up. That's the devil for you. So I knew, okay, this guy is okay, whatever. My rent is still running, but still, take it. So we left. While looking for another place, we were in the hotel. I had to look for who to connect with to. Then there was one guy I met with. The guy said, Pastor, raising you 1 billion or more is not the problem. In a matter of few hours, we can put for you 10 billion now. Few hours, it didn't take up 24 hours. I said, what? I said, Father, thank you. He said, but it's not going to come without a cost. I said, how? He said, you know, I've observed you. You are very intelligent, very anointed, very gifted, and very fine. You're one of the I listen to you, one of the most intelligent guys I've heard. He said, but there's one thing now when you add it in abundance. Hey, my God. He says money. I said, that's why I'm here. Get me the money. He said, but it will come on the cost of covenant. I said, I'm a covenant keeping man. God is a covenant keeping God, you know. He said, I'm not talking about God. Who cares about your God? I said, what are you talking about then? He said, you will have to join my confraternity. I have a confraternity and a brotherhood. I said, you mean kind of thing? No, you sacrifice kind of thing. He said, no, I'm not talking about blood money. It's not blood, it's just a brotherhood. I said, as long as hood has entered it. As long as hood has entered it. Don't tell me it is not. You even said covenant. He said, no, what I'm saying is just join. When we meet for our meeting, we would open wine and then we'll share wine as a mark of covenant binding us. You will not betray us, we will not betray you. I said, wait, it's not this kind of thing that when it happens now, my wife will now come and go. Then my children will also start going. He said, no. I said, listen, if I didn't know scriptures and if I didn't know the patterns of the spirit, I would have believed you. Things don't happen like this in the spirit. Nobody enters a confraternity without blood. You didn't become a Christian without the blood of Jesus. You can't enter a confraternity without blood. It's not possible. The code of entry is blood. Anybody who is telling you come and join, no, we are going to give you billions, millions. You don't need to sacrifice anything. No blood will be spilled. Just join, just sign covenant with us. Tell the person, is he Boy Scout? I'm entering. It's not Boy Scouts, it's not social club you're entering. Even if they call it social club, as long as it has to do with wealth, it has to do with power, it has to do with some sort of protection, blood is involved. When I told him, he said, but you know, I said, bye. I ran away from my life. But do you know there are people who will welcome it? You see, the generation we live in now, young boys and young girls can use anything for sacrifice, including themselves, including their mother, their father, their sibling, anybody available, their girlfriend. Young ladies, be careful who you date. Out of pressure, the devil knows how to link you to what will destroy you. You don't understand it. He's a very sharp guy. We live in desperate times. Oh, sister in the Lord, be careful. Now, because I don't have all the time, of course, there's Job chapter 1 here, verse 1. Let me read that very quickly and then show you one more scripture. They'll close. I'm still talking on why the enemy is attacking you. And by now you should have gotten some points out of the things I said. One of the reasons is because you're a child of God. And God is an enemy of Satan. Satan hates God. And everything that calls on God's name, everything. That's why sometimes you look at your life as a Christian, you wonder, that girl who is not serving God is doing better. Better because you think having things means you're living better. That's not what it is. So the worst definition of a better life is that you have car, you have house, and you have material things to show. That's not God's definition of a better life. Let me tell you, there are people who have those things. If you encounter them and they tell you the things that they are suffering, you would wish not to be them. There are guys you see, they drive some clean cars and pass you, or when they pass you, their perfume will tell you this is not in the realm of thousands, this is in the realm of millions. And they will give you one smile. You will think everything is fine with the guy. Wait until he tells you what is costing him. Then you will be lifting up your hands every morning and saying, Father, thank you. I will wait on your time. I will serve you to eternity. You will be thanking God every day. Why the enemy is attacking you? It's because you are God's child. It's because you serve God. Don't think that serving God exonerates you from his attack. No. Then when you look at those ones who are not serving God doing well, it becomes attractive and alluring for you. It feels like, this girl doesn't pray in tongue, that guy doesn't go to church, yet he's driving a good car. What is going on? Sir, the weight on that guy, you can't carry it. You are a child of destiny. And the way God makes his own men, the way God processes his own people, is not the same way the devil processes his own people. Hear this. God will take you through process before he gives you products, but the devil will give you products before process. Is somebody know what I'm saying? What did I say? God always will take you through process before he gives you what? Product. But you know the way of the devil, he gives you what? Products before process. And most of the times it doesn't even need process. What he gives you finally after product is that he destroys you. That broad way, that popular direction, that broad part of life that seemeth right, the Bible said the end thereof is the end of destruction. But there's that narrow path that is so choky, that narrow path that is so tough, that narrow path that is so hard, that narrow path that feels so boring. Not so many people are on that path. That narrow path that seems so tiring. Fine girl like me with all the fine assets, yet I cannot use it to get what I want. What is this thing with God now? Fine girl like me with all the blessings of abundance of attackers and abundance of amen. Amen. You know, there are some ladies when you see them, they are too fine. You wonder, why should this lady not use all this asset to create wealth? So there are some, you see them using their own well, they are deploying it, using it to make money, get bells. So you watch them in Nollywood sometimes. Some Nollywood guys were complaining the other day. I read it online. They were saying, we have been in this industry for years. Some girls just enter 1 month, they're already building houses. Then you start asking, where did they see this money? Have you ever asked, where did they see this money? You just see one girl, she has built duplex. One guy like that, or one girl like that, she has bought Benz. They'll be wondering, what is the girl doing? It's not the same acting we are acting. Or quite the same acting we are acting. No, if you study the girl where you know there's acting beyond the screen. There's acting beyond the screen. They are acting with governors and you can't watch that one because they don't shoot it. They are acting with ministers, with senators. You can't watch that one because they don't shoot it on camera. And they carry Benz and pump them, Lexus pump them. Then the church girl will be wondering, listen, you go that direction, you find out there's no future for you there. Because in God's king, you are a child of destiny. And the way he wants to process you is different from the way the devil processes his own people. Why is the enemy attacking? Because you are a child of God. Can I tell you secondly? Because you are a child of destiny. Anything carrying the program of God is a center for attack. Jesus, when he was born, others were looking for how to come and find him and give him gifts, the wise men. Herod was looking for how to find him and kill him. Why? The program of God on that man's life was a threat to the kingdom of darkness. Satan did not wait until he reached his 10th birthday or his 20th birthday or even his 30th birthday when he would start ministry. He didn't wait. It was even on the day he was born that the war was declared. That's why sometimes there are some children you look at, even when they are still babies, you see some kind of battles coming towards them. My friend, pay attention. It's destiny that guy is carrying. Pay attention. You see some funny things going on in the guy's life or going on in the girl's life. It may be health related, it may be any other thing, but something that is not pleasant, an attack or whatever it is. Pay attention. That is an announcement. This is destiny unfolding in your eyes. And watch, there are 3 major times he comes. Watch this. He comes at that early stage of your life, and most times even when you're not aware of your destiny, he comes. It's really easier for him if he can get you when you're not aware of your. It's easier for him. That's why he attacks children. He can attack children and he doesn't mind, because the devil knows the potential in a seed, that a seed contains the potential for not just a tree but for forests. So he doesn't postpone his attack. If he can execute it now, he will do it. So he comes at that early stage before your full maturity and conception. He will come, he will launch that attack. Most times is when you are still a baby. Go and study your life. Every one of you here, go and study your early days when you were a child. If you don't know some of the things happen to you, go and ask your parents if they are alive, or ask people who were close to you who are older. Ask them, what battles did I face when I was a baby? If they can tell you, then you would have had a clue, a little clue maybe, of who you are. Me, I know the battles I faced when I was a boy, small child. I know the battles I faced. My dad even told me, he said, when you were born, it's not just that you were attacked, the whole family, bam. One family came to me one time. I said, sir, everything has been well until this boy was born. I don't understand. I lost my job. The mother now got a little. I thought the Bible said the blessing of the Lord maketh rich and has no sorrow. This one is adding sorrow. It's like this boy is not the gift of God. I say, shut up. This guy is the one.
For the continuation of this message, please play the next track.